right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Archer Report. I'm Steel Archer, your host, and today we have Sharif Rana here coming in from Malaysia. It's really good to have you on, Sharif. I wanted to have you on because I want to talk about the World Talent Economic Forum, which you've been helping to devise. It's a crazy good new talk platform for people with a like mind of us, and so I'm really excited to have you here. Also, I want to thank Thrivous and Ambit VPN. We're working on some ads for that, so we'll get those to you ASAP. But how's the weather there in Malaysia, Rana?
Yes. Actually, at present, we are working with World Talent Economic Forum, and I'm Sharifuddin Ahmed Rana. Malaysia is good. Specifically, if you're talking about COVID-19, Malaysia playing a very good roles, and now everything under control. And most importantly, now the next phase, like economy, step by step, everything is opening. And especially, I do want to give thanks Malaysian government and the local peoples, those who are actually really doing a fantastic jobs. Government take a lot of good initiative. On the other hand, local community, they are really following government rules, policy and the procedure in that pandemic situations, by which I think Malaysian death rate is lowest in the world. 118 people died, 8,000 plus people affected for COVID-19. And now step by step, all of the economic things open, like our manufacturing, our economical industries, our different office, everything is opening. So in that situations, I think we are working on more development, economical development, and how we can overcome from these situations. That is the way we are working right now from Malaysia.
Let's talk about COVID. So, what was your initial reaction to COVID when it first, sort of popped up in China? What did you think? How did you feel? And then how did that translate into what happened to you personally and to Malaysia during the crisis? Take us through the history of your experience.
Yes, basically from my side, this is one thing I always love to do. This is nobody knows actually what's happening right now. But what I can do, I strictly follow the rules, regulations, and policy. What the government give me the update, like government say, do not go outside, take care of yourself. If you go outside, follow this procedure. If you go shopping mall, follow this procedure. If you have any healthcare related issues, communicate with the hospital. I strictly follow, and my family strictly follow all of the things. Not only me, let's say I have my own community. Let's say I live in a condominium. So here around 10,000 people live. I do not find any single people, they do not follow the government policy and procedure. They strictly follow, because time to time, every day we getting information, government guideline, especially health DG, Deputy General, how he giving the guideline. This is very effective. We follow these things. And second things, actually, I want to say that in that situations, every countries, they have to prove three things. Number one, their governments and government institutional strength. I want to say Malaysia playing a very good role. Number two, local economical ecosystems. Now the high time for Malaysia, and not only Malaysia, that Asia Pacific, different country, how we can make a proper relationship, how we can do a real business, and how we can overcome from this situation. This is the second thing. And third things, how we can develop better economy system with our people, with our community. This is the important thing for us. So these three things we are trying to observe, and we are trying to develop. That is the way that all of the country can playing a very good role. And one specific things I can say that Asia Pacific show how capable they are. Every country, even Australia, I know that the country, they are doing very good. Like China also doing very good. Even Malaysia, even Vietnam playing a very good role. So this is the way we can show the world that yes, we have enough capacity and we have enough developments. Now we have to come up with our economic solutions.
Yeah, and how does the bureaucracy, how does the government react on both sides of Malaysia's geography, because you have a big island and a small one. Was there different reactions from the different politicians and the different bureaucracies across it, or was it a cohesive national response? What was it like having a faraway land and a big island? Was it odd? Was it strange? Is one doing better than the other? Or did they respond differently? How did that happen?
Yes, this is very interesting questions, and as well as this is a very tough question for me as a local community peoples. Actually, I am also foreigner. I live in Malaysia, but how I see, let's say Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, they have different islands, but Malaysian governments take a very interesting initiative. They go for combined relationship, and they are trying to making a like main island, Sabah, Sarawak, everywhere. They are trying to follow up with a one directions, one SOP. So when they have a standard procedure of operations and in a proper way, and they are transforming all of their things in hospitals, different government organizations, NGOs, education institutions, research organizations, then it's play a very good role. So in that particular situation, even government actually take initiative. Like say when the first MCO come, I cannot go outside. Then when the second phase come, one like even one state to another state, I am not allowed to go. Even example, I cannot gather friends or I cannot invite friends. But this kind of strong initiative, I think work, and even everywhere, even island, what you are talking about, Sabah and Sarawak, as well as in the main island. I think result is very good. You can see the statistics and everywhere. Compare Malaysia show their individual capacity as well as their healthcare systems, which is I think very effective.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Thank you for enlightening us on that. So let's go through your personality while you're on the show. You're the director at the Asia Debate Academy. You're the CEO at Asia Research and Development Institute, president of the World Talent Economic Forum, which is what we really want to talk about. CEO of Al Noor Academy, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Quickly explain who you are, what are all these institutions and debate forums and stuff, and then explain to us the World Talent Economic Forum, which is very exciting.
Yes, thank you. Basically, I'm Sharifuddin Ahmed Rana. Originally, I'm coming from Bangladesh, as well as I live in Malaysia. I'm finishing my PhD. And last 12 years, I contributing in education industry. Let's say Cambrian Education Group, United International University, even Free Zone Group. There are different big corporations I'm working. And side by side, as I am a researcher, I developing a very strong research organizations with the help of different Ivy League university, different big universities, as well as we have a collaborations with government and corporations as well. So when I start to developing these things, I find in the global arena, we need more transformation of knowledge. I want to really appreciate your initiative, how you transforming your knowledge with the interview sessions with the different cultural people and different countries people. So World Talent Economy Forum, let's say you are talking about Asia Debate Academy. So I strongly engage with debating competition, debating activities. Let's say I visited in Oxford Union, Cambridge Union, I involved with them, even World Debating Championships, different arena we involve. So when I engage with different cultural people, I find that we need more cultural interaction, knowledge transformations, proper knowledge transformation. There are many developing nations, let's say Asia Pacific, 2/3 of the people live in Asia Pacific, but still we need very good knowledge transformation from the first world, like country like USA, country like Australia, country like Canada, country like European Unions. We need huge knowledge transformations. Why? Because local community, they are strong, they have their own economical system side by side. If we can create a bridging means we can create a real relationship with this knowledgeable hub, the local lifestyle will change. How the local lifestyle will change? Let's focus on agriculture, energy, smart city, healthcare systems, everywhere, our constructions. everywhere. We are global people, we are global community. So the more we engage with the global community, we will learn more. Let's say I am from Bangladesh, very small city, let's say Rajbari, but when I go to Oxford University, when I go to Cambridge University, I learn a lot. I change my thought process. I believe if I can make a more bridging with Asia and the first world, this kind of things we can learn and we can develop ourselves, because now the world is more open, the world is more like dynamic. So in that particular situations, there are specifically in COVID-19 period, there are many challenges coming. Let's say I'm working with India, IIT Bombay, Indian Institute of Technology. I'm working with National University of Science and Technology, Pakistan. I'm working with Bangladesh governments and different countries. Even I'm observing Malaysians and Indonesia and Vietnam, their ecosystems. So this is actually very interesting economy. If you focus, very interesting economy. I like your approach. You are not only focused on Malaysian mainstream economy. You want to know about different islands like Sabah and Sarawak. So in that particular situation, we need global relationship, and not only relationship. We need to develop research. So Asia Research and Development Institutions, we do lot of research in that particular arena, especially techno policy, because technology is the game changer right now. And second thing, with the debating academy, we try to find out the solution of different debatable issues, and we want to improve the human skills. And World Talent Economy Forum, basically this is the platform. I believe already 30 countries people, they already involved, and most dynamic people from Silicon Valley, from Europe, from USA, from Asia Pacific, many universities, many corporations, they are joining, many political thoughts and political peoples, those who have a different dimension and they want to change the world, they also joining. So by which, what I did, I try to transfer the knowledge to the millions of people. How? Let's say I'm discussing with UITM, I'm discussing with University of Malaya, I'm discussing with Dhaka University, I'm discussing with Indian Institute of Technology, Pakistan, even Sri Lanka, many countries I'm discussing, the university. We want to promote our thoughts, promote the real knowledge with the people. Then actually real life change will be possible. Because now the time we are living global world and global partnership, there are many good things around the world happening. So these good things we want to bring together, and we want to change the world. That is my objective. And how we can change? Actually, we can change in two ways. We can give them better educations, and we can transfer better technology. If we give them better educations, people can change their life. People can be economically solvent. And second things, if we can transfer technology in this pandemic situation, many countries can save their lives. This is my life objective, and this is my World Talent Economy Forum objective. And I want to welcome more talent people like you in World Talent Economy Forum, those who can contribute, those who can play, and those who can share their inner beauty with this world.
All right. Well, that's a really phenomenal introduction to yourself, and I'm really excited. And I want to ask you some more about yourself and your information transfer and how you're helping local populations. And we'll do that straight after this ad break. But think about that in the context of Bangladesh, your home there, and the great masses of population that are in Asia. We'll come back and we'll ask those right after this ad break.
Alone. Uncertainty, doubt, fear, in a strange place. Something stops you, challenges test your strength. A rush of adrenaline. The light, the air. It is the moment. you elevated.
Hello?
Yes.
So yeah, so it seems like my software crashed, but we can still hear each other. This is very annoying. But what I was going to ask you, if you can still hear me, is basically the Asian populations are there's a very dense Asian population. Bangladesh itself has a large population, and they're at threat of climate change. Yes.
Yes.
What type of information would help Bangladesh in an information transfer?
Yes. I can continue right now.
Yeah. I'm just working on the software. It seems like it crashed.
Okay.
160, 61 million people or thereabouts in Bangladesh, yes?
Yes.
So what information transfer would help the Bangladesh population? Are we talking about, we need power, or do you need defense mechanisms against global warming, or what?
Yes. Okay. Basically, the major things is that first, there is a people. So what's the present problem we have? Our present problem is healthcare system. Okay. First, healthcare system. Second thing, what's the challenges we get? We get the second challenges like our economical challenges. So if we focus on the economical challenges, you find that country like Bangladesh, country like Pakistan, country like India, and this kind of country, they are heavily dependent on, let's say, garments industry, let's say different kind of things. So in that particular arena, if we want to focus, we need a lot of technology. Like example, let's say we can focus on virtual reality for education system. So World Talent Economy Forum's also working on that. Let's say we can focus on energy systems. So energy systems, like example, nuclear power plant, green technologies, these things we can do. We have a problem with water. So water treatments, if people and government know about the water treatment and other things, we can playing a very good important role in this particular point. So this is the overall ecosystem. Like it's a huge populations, they live in a same place and a small place, but they need educations, they need healthcare, they need like food, agrotech. They have to think about their construction, like there's any kind of construction, smart city develop, to think about smart village develop, like there's any kind. This is the way combinedly we can contribute for this economy.
Absolutely, and you know, when we're talking about Bangladesh in particular, you've got to talk about food security. You've got to talk about buffering against climate change. But we could also talk about improving the people themselves. That would be biotechnology, nanotechnology, robotics to ensure the production, interface production, rapid transit. You mentioned smart cities. Do you think that Bangladesh could advance to a smart city stage, and is that even applicable?
Yes, that's basically it's happening. I don't know like how much this kind of economy you are thinking about. This economy has inner power. You know, there are many companies. People only think that there are many poor people live in Bangladesh or India or this kind of country, but issue is that we have many rich countries and rich company and organization they are working. So even Bangladesh, even from Malaysia, let's say Jil Mill projects, it's happening, and with the smart city approach in Bangladesh. Even example, China, they are thinking southern part of Dhaka, they want to develop a smart city approach. And example, in every economy, if you observe, let's say is 160 million people. So when it is 160 million people, there are 10% of the people is very rich, super rich. and I can give you, we have more than 30 companies, those who are making huge amount of money and the business. So basically smart city approach, this is applicable side by side. Our prime minister, he is working with, she is working with like smart village. So there is a huge population living there. It's not actually only the focusing on smart city. With the smart village approach, they also need water, energy, transportations, healthcare system, better education systems. So this is they have a very good planning. They have a very good strategy. They have very good plan for the next 100 years. So we are working on that particular point, and we are working with the global economy. Like example, we are trying to making a better ecosystem with India, with Pakistan, in between Malaysia and Indonesia. We in South Asia and Asia Pacific, we are trying to collaborate things, and as much as possible, we try to contribute.
Absolutely, and again, I apologize for the software crashing. This is not on purpose. I was trying to run the adverts there, but I appreciate your patience as this thing is frozen, and I am working on it behind the scenes. But yes, absolutely, that sounds really good. And are you getting in Bangladesh? Is Bangladesh getting assistance from India or China or any other nation in regards to this? Because I'm sure that these countries want Bangladesh to be as self-sufficient as possible for as long as it possibly can into the future. Is this a possibility, or do you need further outreach to, like you mentioned before, the United States, the European Union, and other places as well?
Yes, actually, when an economy moves, if you can see that like Bangladesh, Indonesia, their economical growth is very good. Even in Malaysia, economy booming. It's a different country, their economy booming, developing nations. So when any economy grow, that time they need a combined relationship. It's not only they are only dependent on one country. If you see their blueprint, you can find that European unions and the USA also have a lot of contributions. Okay, so let's say in my personal life, I'm getting support from European unions, and I visited Europe and I changed my my thoughts, my skills, my knowledge, and everything. So by this way, actually, local economy step by step they're growing. So when a particular economy they are moving, it's a combined relationship. They cannot say I only work with XYZ. No, they have to be more open, and they have to be more friendly, and they have to be open for everyone. Then this economy step by step move from one stage to another stage, one stage to another stage. So in the local economy, they're already proving their GDP is very good. Their contributions in economy is very good. Their development is very good. But now in the global perspective, they have to gain the competitiveness. When they have to gain the competitiveness, so then this collaboration, this educations, this research, these partnerships, this kind of things playing a very good role.
That's really good. And in terms of Bangladesh, let's just focus on Bangladesh for a second. Do you see what do you see indigenously, the entrepreneurial scene? Do you see a lot of indigenous entrepreneurs in the place? Is there a government push towards entrepreneurism, or do you see them acquiring jobs from the corporate sector from other countries more? What do you see on the entrepreneurial front?
Okay, entrepreneurial point of view, I just want to share with you. Very interesting thing is that if you see the local system, let's say the mobile technology, right? So if you see that 10 years before, when the mobile technology come to Bangladesh, let's say Grameen phone, they're doing a very good job. So how they do? They are collaborating with Telenor company. So Telenor from Europe. So they're taking the entrepreneurial initiative, and now it's one of the biggest company in Bangladesh. Even Telenor, not only in Bangladesh, they're moving other country. Even they come to Malaysia, they go to Pakistan, they go to different countries and different places. So even though example recent year, if you see the techno related things, let's say Bikash bKash playing a very good job in Bangladesh. Okay, they are making a $1 billion company. So how it possible? It's possible because in local economy we have very good strength. In local economy, have very powerful things. And second things, example from the foreign company, they have strategy, they have technology, they have knowledge. So what we can do better initiatives, and we can do. And yes, government supporting for entrepreneurial activities and these things. Government supporting lot of local young entrepreneurs, and they are developing different software, different technology in healthcare system, in education system, in energy sectors, different arena they are developing, and government also financing them. So this is the way when economy grow, government play their role, and side by side local economy, most of the private organizations, they are playing a very good role. As well as I want to say Bangladesh also has many beautiful things. Let's say microfinance. Dr. Muhammad Yunus, he is playing a very good role with microfinance. So microfinance has its own beauty. So this kind of NGO like Grameen Bank and BRAC, this kind of NGO also playing a very good role for development of the local human resources, development of the local partner and everything. By this way, it's actually not one man show. I do not want to say it's a combination of people. Government individually cannot do everything. Government taking a lot of positive initiatives. On the other hand, let's think about proper ecosystem. It's an ecosystem. When they run properly, then it works. So that times country like Bangladesh, and different country, they need more collaboration, more partnership. The more we can collaborate, the more we can create more partnerships, then we can go to the sustainable economical development.
That's really interesting. You know, microfinance has been a kind of a savior for a lot of developing countries and undeveloped countries, allowing smaller farmers and small entrepreneurs and small businesses to really accelerate into their local demand. That's been a really positive innovation in the last few years, whether you're talking about Bangladesh, or you're talking about Africa, or even South America. I agree, and this is sort of fintech revolution that's been underway. Absolutely. Going away from Bangladesh just a bit, because Asia is a big place. I'm wondering if you have any knowledge on Myanmar or former Burma. This is a closed country that's slowly sort of starting to wake up a little bit as it's being forced from external powers. China trying to sort of use it to build ports and things, and India, of course, trying to prevent that. But do you see any signs of life in Burma in terms of new industries, entrepreneurial activity, anything like that, or any interaction with Bangladesh and Burma in the coming years, especially post-COVID?
Yes, basically there are a little bit of tensions with these Myanmar issues. Okay, there are some issues. I do not want to go that direction, but I want to say in that way. Let's say this China Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, so when China trying to develop in these pandemic situations, even there are a little bit of tension in between China and India, but I think it's a very small issues. Definitely they're going to overcome from these situations. But when is the Belt and Road Initiative? Let's say Myanmar, let's say Pakistan, let's say even Bangladesh. Even example, this kind of countries, they will develop and develop lot of infrastructures and develop lot of business. They develop different kind of aspects and activities. But issue is that how professionally and how what can I tell you, in economical aspect we can handle this kind of initiative. Let's say China government give them loans and that they're developing these things. But if they can handle these things in a properly, definitely they have a in Myanmar and these countries, they also have many professional people. They have their strong governments and they have a strong relationship historically with China. So this is the things also I believe that it will be solved. On the other hand, there are some crises in between I do not want to say Bangladesh and Myanmar. I want to say it's a global challenges with the Rohingya issues. So Rohingya issues, hopefully Myanmar government will take care of the Rohingya issues, because it's all about human. I am human. You are human. Everybody is human. So we only cannot follow the international perspective. We have to understand the local perspective. Hopefully, with the collaborations of the governments and with the collaborations of the local people, these Rohingya issues also be solved. But yes, the Belt and Road Initiative, I think in the present pandemic situation, it will move and it will be implemented.
Yeah, the Belt and Road Initiative, it's a very interesting initiative there by China, trying to promote this sort of a peaceful advancement and infrastructure creation, actually, which can actually benefit a lot of the nations around China's periphery in that way. I don't think many of the nations who were offered the Belt and Road would exactly reject it wholeheartedly. It's usually the strings and political favors that come attached with the Chinese question of the Belt and Road Initiative, but there are underdeveloped places that are quite eager to get that sort of basic infrastructure into their countries, which China is quite willing to invest in. That's super interesting. I think I don't know much about the Myanmar experience. I think Myanmar is a very closed country. There's a lot of internal things going on in Myanmar, and I just don't see they're not as closed or as reactionary as North Korea in any way, shape, or form. But I would hope that if they could open up to the world, I think that this would make some relief between some of these developing countries like Laos, Thailand, and Bangladesh, as it would open up a whole new market to these countries to expand into. But yes, as you say, they do have internal problems and strife. And again, I apologize. It's not my fault. The software crashed. Mr. Sharif, he's dressed beautifully. He's in a suit and everything. You can go back to the start. You can see it. I dressed up as well. Just the software is still broadcasting, but it's totally frozen on me, and so all you can see is the white screen. And I do apologize for that. I can't do anything about that. But yes, in terms of knowledge transfer, yes, absolutely. And something that's interesting is English. Do you encourage the learning of English, the English language, in order to facilitate this knowledge transfer? Because really, Spanish is not that much of a help. It is a help in a bit, but we all know that English is sort of the global language, and India really boosting that that English characteristic as a language on the global stage, simply because of the weight of people that speak English in India. So do you support English language facilitation? And also, what about the new languages of computers? The C++ and computer languages as well. Do you also promote these sorts of language transfers?
Yes, this is very interesting questions, and I like this kind of approach. If you see, let's say my initiative, Asia Debate Academy, I'm always in my 12 years of career, I'm action oriented. I do not love to only discussing and do not do anything. I love to do work. So if you see my Asia Debate Academy, I can share some of the very interesting examples. When I started with the Asia Debate Academy, I'm getting support by United Group and Cambrian Education Group. So that time I targeted 300 students from this United International University, as well as Cambrian Education Group, and many students actually come from different places. So that time I invite Professor Dr. Snyder from World Debate Academy, and he joins. Not only he joins, like 14 different countries faculty, even from Australia, from Europe, from Canada, from USA, even South Africa. They joining in this academy as a mentor. Okay, so what's the outcome? like 7 days. It's a crash program, okay, for debating, communication skills, and this kind of things. We train 300 people. We train 300 students. So when we train 300, actually 307 students, this is actually life changing. How it's life changing? So when I finish this academy, the students, they are very fluent in English. They're communicating in English in proper way. They can transfer their thoughts and knowledge in proper way. And I want to thank the global community. They join in our World Debate Academy. So after that, many of my students get job in multinational company. Many of my, almost 100% of my students getting better education opportunity in Europe and USA. They're getting job in multinational company. So I believe that English is an international language. So if we can develop our human resources for their English communication skills and these things, especially with different interesting activities. Let's say if you go directly with this academic approach, students feel too like boring, or they do not want to engage with much like this kind of activity. But when I make it more interesting, let's say daytime they engage with international faculty, nighttime we have different kind of social night and cultural activities. The students enjoy a lot. So, and they are positive, they become positive, and they start learning the positive things. Then real change actually comes. As well as the IT initiative, what you are discussing, same thing. With the Cambrian education groups, I build up thousands of students. I'm the first person, I take the initiative in Bangladesh for school level programming activities. So when I started, many people say, no, these things will not happen, these things will not happen. There are a lot of challenges. But I say that programming skills, this kind of computer related activities, it will change your life. Then started this computer programming activities. I started in Bangladesh with the help of Cambrian Education Group. Thousands of students come. Not only them, even their guardian also join with us. They love to learn. They say, okay, this is interesting. We can change. We can do different kind of initiatives. So all of the good things, when you see as a good result, then you can be really motivated. So that's why I find that yes, even in my personal life, when I go to Oxford Union, when I go to Cambridge Union, I find that it has a very, very interesting activities. I invite them in Bangladesh. Even I invite them in Malaysia. So by this way, this is actually huge positive impact. People only say, okay, South Asia, there are many people poor, there are many people this, that. But we have positive approach. We have many different kind of people, those who love to take positive initiative. So that is the way. Like example, if you can develop the African nation, if you can develop the Asian nation, this is the life-changing. This is the real objective of human being. Then you can contribute for the real development. And this pandemic situation, this COVID-19 situation is really, really, really challenging, because now we have to be moved with more global resources, because we do not know what's going on. Even only we cannot say the government will do this, government will do that. Even government do not know everything. They're like you and me, right? They're also like you and me. So we have to support each other. We have to help each other. We have to cooperate each other. We have to understand the real beauty of the human being. And the more we use this technology, the more we utilize our knowledge, we can be more global and productive nation. That is the way we should develop the global economy. And you cannot deny it. You cannot deny the developing nations. Without these nations, the overall improvement of the human lives is not possible. Like example, Australia, even Australia and these people, I really, really want to invite you people, join the World Talent Economy Forum. So let's say your knowledge, even your interviews, your process, your everything will be transferred with the human lives. This is maybe I'm taking 1 hour of your time, but this 1 hour of your time maybe change millions of people's life. So that is the way I'm thinking.
Absolutely, and you know, I really enjoy this conversation, and I want to do this again with you when this silly software isn't broken. I'll have to figure out why this software is broken. But yes, I agree. And you know, a question for you: what technology are you excited about? What type of technology are you super? If you could have a Christmas gift or a gift land on your doorstep, what type of technology would you like to receive? Either to benefit yourself or your community or your country in an advanced way.
Yes, basically we have to focus three of the area. Number one, healthcare. Now healthcare is a big issue. You can see Dr. Muhammad Yunus, he also taking a huge initiative. Many global people also joining, even Mahathir Mohamad, he also joining this initiative. He said, we want vaccine and vaccine should be free. And this kind of initiative they are taking. Yes, I know many pros and cons and many issues will come. But now we have to think first healthcare system. We have to be very careful about human resource and their healthcare system. And this is the highest time, even country like Bangladesh, country like what you're talking, Myanmar, Pakistan, even India, even Sri Lanka, Nepal. I communicated a lot with this kind of issues. Even example from Malaysia to Indonesia, like Vietnam and everything. All of the like countries, first they have to focus on healthcare system. I believe in healthcare system. Second things, we have to focus on education, because education is ultimately the way we can change. Now many universities, school, college and everything, they cannot run properly. Okay, even they are using digital campaign and anything. But how we can utilize VR in the education system, in healthcare system, we can think about that. Third things, actually, many improvement happening in the infrastructure. Let's say, example, in North America and this country, they develop, even Australia, they develop like 50 years before or 100 years before. Now new smart city, new construction, new mega projects are happening. So in this constructions arena, like we have to think how we can implement better energy related technology. We can integrate it with the better money transferring approach. How we can integrate it with better like water treatment. How we can introduce better transport system. Okay, so this is actually a 360-degree angle approach. But I am thinking about three things. Number one, healthcare, because these people, they need proper healthcare system and they need a lot of support in that arena and improvement. And second things, we need proper education. If we have a proper education, we can change human life. And third things, construction. In the construction area, what we are talking, the robotics, these VRs, this air, these blockchain technologies, like autonomous vehicle, electric vehicles, all of the things we need to integrate it. When we integrate it, and then step by step, we can improve human life as well as the human resources. With the education, we have to change what you are talking, English communications, IT skills. This is the way we have to train people and we have to change life. And I can give you the guarantee, people has different perceptions. I want to welcome you. Here, many potential people are living. It's a huge market, very positive market. So we have to focus on the positive things. Yes, we have challenges. Maybe we have many poor people. We have many local challenges. We have bureaucratic issues and many more things. But we can overcome with the collaborations of the people. That is the initiative of World Talent Economy Forum. So we love to contribute as a global system, and we want to change the human beings' lives and with proper initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. I hear you. So education, healthcare, and constructions, i.e., smart city integration. And on the education front, what type of philosophy do you land on? Do you land on the side that government investment in healthcare is important, or would you like to leave it up to the free market? And you could almost lump this in with education as well. Do you think the free market has an edge over the government, or do you think that government investment in these areas and enterprises is very important?
Look, actually, what I see, because I am a policy researcher, I am a techno-policy researcher, I research a lot, I do a work on that arena. I know government take very good initiative. Really, they took very good initiative. And I do not know how much you know about the economy systems, but issue is that they have 100 years of plan. They also have 100 years of next 100 years, how they move, how they work. So in that particular situations, we have to think the education. Okay, when we think education, definitely global education is much more effective. Yes, we have our local education, local knowledge and everything, but side by side, we have to be integrated with the local international knowledge as well. Side by side, I want to share one of the interesting things. Let's say when we study book, let's say for my MBA program, let's say I am follow Philip Kotler book and this kind of things. But issue is that there are more examples from international arena. Let's say General Electronics, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chickens, and New York Stock Exchange, this kind of things. But times that we need to be combined. Let's say in this book, I want to see microfinance. In this book, I want to see even many local big entrepreneurs without help of governments, even anything, they make $1 billion industry. So this kind of things, when we add together, knowledge is, knowledge is cannot be one-sided. Knowledge can be both-sided. Okay, let's say when I was in Oxford University, even I invite them. I was in Cambridge University. I invite my friend. Okay, come and visit my country. They go. They do their internship in Grameen Bank. They go there, do their internship in United Group. So we have many interesting things. This is not vice versa. I love to go to Australia. I love to learn about Australian things. Even I want to invite you. Come to Malaysia, integrated with Islamic finance. Islamic finance has very beautiful things. Go to Bangladesh, integrated with microfinance. Go to India, integrated with their Bangalore. So this is the way we are global citizens. We cannot think about one kind of things. We have to think about a global perspective. When we have to think about the global perspective, you find every country around the world, they have their own economy system. They have their own culture. They have their own interesting things. The more you learn, the more I learn, we will be more efficient. The more we can understand, we can be more effective.
And on healthcare, the healthcare idea, is this more of laying down basic infrastructure or advanced infrastructure, hospitals and home care, etc., or is this more on the? Do you want more innovation on research and development? Which side are you on in that debate in your particular region?
Okay, first thing first, like example, there are inside this kind of economy, there are many big companies as well. Let's say United Group, they have United Hospital. Let's say Square Group, they have Square Hospital. So let's say Tata has their own city as well. There are many inside many big companies, they can develop the construction and this part. But I love to more focus on, let's say, Australian healthcare system, if they have any innovations, technology-wise, medicine-wise, I love to know, and I love to integrate it. And most important, part is research. Even this country, if they want to go long way, they have to more focus on research. And research is not only example. Bangladesh will do only in between Bangladesh. Like there, we need an international partner. International authors, international research organization. That is the things Asia Research and Development Institution we are working. We are inviting, let's say we are working with European unions. We are working with France. We are working with USA. So by this way, even in the local, we have a very good partners. So research is very important. We have to be, because research, this kind of country, they are just developing. I do not want to say they are developed like Australia. They are not developed like USA. They are not developed like Europe or Canada. So what they have to do first, they have to focus on research. The more they have research means, yes, academic research, but they have to do more focus on industrial research. What I can understand for the global community and local community, actually money and these things is not a problem. It's all about mindset. If I want to develop myself as an international people, and if I want to develop my economy, based on the international standards, we can do it. But initially, we have to do a lot of research, and we have to do a lot of investment on research. This is the things also I'm discussing with the government, different government, not only Bangladesh. I think different government, I request them that why don't we do more focus on research? The more we do focus on research, we can contribute more and we can find out more solutions. Let's say this COVID-19 period, who will invent vaccine? Researcher will invent vaccine. So this is area we should focus on, and we should find out more solutions.
Wow, that's really interesting, and I really want to thank you for those thoughtful comments. And I agree in with most of what you've said there. There are so many exciting places for development and advancement and research: autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, solar power, nuclear power, hydroelectricity, geothermal power, AI, biotech, nanotech, robotics, rapid transit, 3D printing, vertical farming. I mean, these are all areas that need great improvement across the world in integration, and you know, we need all the help we can get and the assistance we can get as a global community in order to allow people to flourish and not you know, fall into a resource trap. And I encourage you, and you know, I really want to get on board with the World Talent Economic Forum. Sorry again, the software crash, but you think you're doing amazing work over there. It's another place where we can coordinate as a community. And we can inspire each other and learn from each other and generate new knowledge and new information and new ideas and new questions. And this is what I think is very important. And I really want to thank you for taking the time to come on today. And I apologize to Thrivous for not getting our advert out there. But yeah, but I'll figure out this software issue. But yes, absolutely. You know, and it's going to take a lot of time to sort of rush forward some of these advancements. I think we need them more now than ever. You know, I think this is the time is tick-tock. We're running out of time to implement some of these things into the system. And congratulations on working with foreign governments and foreign entities in order to advance that progress. Sharif, you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Hopefully, I also want to welcome you in World Talent Economy Forum, and I want to invite the global talent people. I know there are many good humans around the world. They have knowledge, they have real energy, they have really good technology. Why don't we work together? Because like we are global peoples. Now we are not, and in Asia, believe me, that next 100 years, Asia has a really interesting developments which will happen. So this is the better time, and that we can contribute together, we can work together, we can create a better knowledge, and by this way you will be the part of history. This is the way you can be the part of history, and it's all about mindset. Country is not an issue, color is not an issue. Issues is great mindset. If you have a great mindset, if you have a excellent approach, definitely you will achieve your objective. Nobody can stop you. So that is my motto. Everybody has talent. So talent people should come first, and talent people should take initiative, and we should support talent people. If it's from Africa, if it's from USA, if it's from Australia, if it's from Asia, I don't mind. I love to contribute my whole life for talent people, for positive people, and for the better people. The more we think about positive, we get positive results. Thank you for your
absolutely. There is an energy out there, and we've got to harness that energy. And it's getting rarer, it's getting harder to find. And that's why I think you got a cool job. It's a great job. I'm very jealous of that in a way, but I'm very happy and very excited to meet you. I agree. There is a lot of talent out there, and that's why we support various organizations that promote that talent. Transhumanist Party, TAFs, and a whole range of others that all support unboxing those minds, unlocking those people from the shackles and chains, and liberating them, and allowing them to flourish, and allowing the ideas to go forth and create a better world, a better system, a more fair system, and one that, you know, that it doesn't impose on people. It just helps people to have a better life, and that's what we all want for everybody around the world. So I thank you very, very much for coming on. Is there anything else you wanted to say about where people can find you and your work?
Yes, basically we have a forum, WTE Forum in YouTube. You can search WTE Forum. Even World Talent Economy Forum. You can come to our Facebook group, as well as I'm Sharifuddin Ahmed Rana. We have a research organization, Asia Research and Development Institute. So any good things in your mind, we are ready to work with you. Any positive peoples, they need help, we love to contribute. Any human change we can do, even for our small initiative, can do anything, I love to do. Because my whole life, my father was a freedom fighter. I am also try to continue my life in a positive way and in an honest way. My whole life, I just contribute for brilliant people. Those who are brilliant, it's not a matter of color, it's not a matter of a country. Me, my organization want to contribute. And I really, really want to thank you, because you are also doing a brilliant job. You are also a talent. You have potentiality. Just explore it. Explore around the world. This is a 7-8 billion people around the world. So definitely you can find out your life destination, life objective. By this way, we can make better world. This is not my own initiative. We have a lot of people like you, and then we can change our life, then change human life.
Yes, absolutely. And we have to do it before we go to space, I think, because, we are going to space. It's happening. And I want to take the best of us. I want to work out some of these problems before we go to space, so we don't expand bad things into space, and we expand only the good of what we have into space. So I'm very excited for that. Well, thank you very much, Sharif. We'll have you on again soon, and I'll figure out why this software didn't work, and we'll have you on again soon. And you keep up the good work, all right?
Thank you. Thank you for your time and everything.
All right. Thank you very much, too. I will talk to you later. And that's the Archer Report with your host, Steel Archer. Thanks to Thrivous, Ambit, and all the other sponsors out there. And thank you very much, Sharif, for coming on the show. Again, I apologize for the crash software, but you look great, mate, and you keep it up.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.